If you're in the market for a super high quality, fast, and extremely cutting edge 50 footer, but you tend to think outside the box and the standard off the shelf white plastic Bens and Jens won't work for you, you're gonna love this.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind cry.
A smaller, more niche builder is doing things a bit different, and because they're small, they work with the buyer of each individual boat to make improvements and changes, because what matters most to them is your satisfaction with your new boat. But there is a huge compromise with this boat. I'll explain that in a minute. Pegasus, a Slovenian company, has been in the sailing yacht game for a long time, but more recently started on their own. And this is their flagship, the Pegasus 50. So far, more than 10 of these custom yachts have been built, and right now they're pushing out about 4 a year. And while you watch this, try to remember that this is just a 50 footer, not a super yacht, not a custom one-off. This is a production boat, but it's like nothing else in the production boat world that we usually see. While the hull is standard glasswork, carbon fiber is the name of the game for the deck, the bulkheads, the coach roof, and the mast. It's a lightweight 50 footer, totaling just 26,000 pounds, of which 40% is ballast, and most of the weight is as low as they can get it. At 49 feet, she's 16 feet wide and comes with a very ocean-friendly 7-foot 7-inch wing on the bottom, so you won't be gunk-holing in the keys or anything, but everywhere else she goes, speed is the name of the game. Pegasus says at 20 knots of true wind with full main and jib number 1, autopilot on, she'll be touching 12.5 knots boat speed while surfing waves. Pegasus does not compromise comfort, safety, and simplicity by increasing sail area or reducing liquid capacity or proper equipment necessary for freedom at sea. They say we developed light but sound and safe boat construction with winning ocean racing designers and engineers using state-of-the-art production technologies, advanced materials, and engineering methods. Extended mast crane reduces mast height and weight and increases a mainsail area for light wind performance. The sail area is kept moderately small for easy handling, optimized for 15 to 20 knot winds. Sailing upwind, the mainsail can be reefed at about 22 knots to reduce necessary operations and damaging sails. From 15 knots on, a self-tacking jib number 2 and full mainsail is comfortable in an upwind configuration. As downwind sails, we use a furling code 0 and modern furling system with a torque rope for the asymmetric gennaker. Both furled sails can be kept hoisted while you're cruising. Another cool thing about Pegasus, there's no games or gimmicks here in the $1 million price tag for this boat. Everything you see is what you get. No optional extra upgrades to sneak the out-the-door price tag up. Just an honest upfront sticker price. We wish more people would do that. The goal with this boat, and this is where that huge compromise comes in, is to give you maximum luxury and safety in the spaces you use the most, compromising on the spaces you use the least. No other boat does it like this, so here's the upside to that strategy before we look at that huge downside. Out back we get a fold-down transom, a twin helm feeding the Jeffa-rigged twin rudders, a flip-up cockpit table that gives you big open engine access, and the cockpit table houses its own fridge, and a life raft right inside the table. Aft lazarettes are massive in sort of a walk-in style with a step so you can get in and out of the lazarette easily and actually sit down inside on both sides. The starboard lazarette is all the electronics and the port is all the plumbing. Engine access is both under that cockpit table and from both sides, making this maybe the easiest boat to work on. These come with Volvo 75s or Yanmar 80s with a sail drive and an 11 kilowatt generator. In the very back, we get a tender garage that'll hold a smaller inflated dinghy or a large deflated one. Instruments all top notch and either at the helms with repeaters in the bimini with huge electric winches all around. As you move down the step into the main salon, it's more of the same strategy, give you as much comfort and safety and luxury as possible in the main living areas. The galley's all commercial grade 316 stainless for super easy cleaning, and that sort of commercial vibe in here, and it'll probably last forever. And the main saloon table is something of a work of art on its own. Not only is the table telescopic, lowering electrically to make a huge daybed, but the whole bucket that the table lives in can gimbal up to 10 degrees either way. So if you're sailing along on a heel and the more level-headed people on board want a place to hang out or a sea berth that's still flat, they can gimbal this table back to level. This seems a bit gimmicky off the start, but everyone who's used this boat agrees that it is actually a value add to life on board with this boat. Opposite is a massive helmsman seat area where you can almost sleep, it's so comfortable. This is where you'll be on watch. There's a big touchscreen plotter and autopilot control, so if you're on passage, you have a really great place to hang out. Now, all of this sounds amazing, right? We haven't seen another boat that does the livability section of the boat so wonderfully, except maybe the Moody by Hanse. In fact, that's the only real competition we can think of for the Pegasus 50. But the Moody, while effectively exactly the same layout and luxury, is 47,000 pounds to this boat's 26,000. They're both fast, they're both sort of deck saloons. They both have excellent engine access, but the Moody comes with two different keels, a more than 7-footer like this Pegasus has, and a more shoal-friendly 5'11". Anyway, back to the Pegasus and that huge compromise I was on about earlier. All of that big living space, huge mechanical rooms and luxury and safety from earlier has a toll, and it's in the cabins, or lack thereof. The normal model of this boat is a 3-cabin with a small, almost crew quarters with no privacy to port, a V-berth that is truly a V-berth, and then a private cabin to starboard, and that's it. 2 heads, 3 beds. Not really an owner's stateroom to speak of. They do make another model where there is an owner's stateroom right at the bottom of the stairs, but you have to walk through it to get to all the other cabins, so there's no real privacy. The Moody by Hanse, on the other hand, has this room, a big V-berth with head and shower, and a lot more space than the Pegasus 50. I would say for interior accommodation, the Moody having an owner's stateroom would win hands down. And these boats are just about the same price, a bit over a cool million. They both have dinghy lockers and air compressors and beautiful living spaces. The Moody does a much better job at bedrooms and keel options, but the Pegasus is almost half the weight. What we're seeing here is the battle for cruising supremacy from two different points of view. The Moody is aimed at power boaters that want big boat luxury but still want to have sails, while the Pegasus is aiming at performance sailors who want speed and agility at the sacrifice of big bedrooms and luxury heads. Which kind of sailor are you? That's it for this week, guys. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and hit subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.